Good afternoon, traders. Zach here from the Trading Network. Hope you guys are doing well. It is Tuesday, September 6th. Feels like a Monday because yesterday we barely had any action going on and it was a half day. But today I had an excellent day trading on live stream in the Discord. I had one of my best days in at least a month, locked in between $10,000 and $11,000 over two of my prop accounts, and really was able to take advantage of a lot of great setups. So I've got several scalps that I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to stick with one in this video. It's going to be rather quick. It was a trade on both ES and NQ at the same time, simultaneously, locking in about $4,300 in 2 minutes or so of price action. So let's dive in. I will mark up the charts. I'll try to keep this short and sweet because I don't want to waste your guys' time. Just want to get some good information out there and a nice trade breakdown. So let us dive right in here without any further ado and see how things played out. So first and foremost, you can see that I am looking at entering on a higher low after divergence. Now, this setup is what I like to refer to as a three-step shift. Now, a three-step shift can be seen as similar to a head and shoulders or an inverse head and shoulders based on, whatever side you're looking at or whatever direction of the market you're looking at. But the gist of the setup is basically looking for bullish divergence in the case of a downtrend, right? So we have bull div here, we have price making lower lows, we have the oscillators making higher lows, we even have delta making higher lows as well. And then after we have this divergence, which is very common in a downtrend, right? We see bull div all the time in a downtrend, but more often than not, it is a trap. How you can differ between a trap and a high probability reversal setup is typically looking for higher lows after divergence, okay? Especially if you have those around major levels, major profile levels, etc. That just increases that probability of that reversal. So you can see here that we have clear divergence. Now we do have a bit of a higher low here, but what I like to see is larger time frame between the low of the divergence and the actual higher low. I also want to see oscillator confluence, right? So if you look right here on the 1,000 tick, and to be fair, could have gotten a quick scalp on the 377 as well, but I'm looking for a larger reversal move, right? I'm looking for a change in behavior in market structure. So this higher low here is what I am often looking to see. And you can see that we have the oscillators starting to curl and cross up here as well, showing us that the selling momentum is getting weaker and it is likely that buyers are stepping in. So I'm going to play this and you guys will see how I enter here. I actually got stopped out on a trade before this, and because the trade became more valid, because we put in a higher low on the 1,000 tick, I entered again both on NQ and ES. So you can see that I am entering here on NQ, and you'll also see very shortly that as the trade starts to play out, I flip over to ES and I am in on both indexes. So this is pretty short and sweet here. You can see that I entered for 8 contracts here on ES. We've got the higher low on the 377 tick as well. And price starts to rip up, especially once we run these stops above this prior high. Now, I want to show you guys, or just further explain what I mean by that. Oftentimes, when price creates an area of resistance, it is then a very good opportunity to trap retail traders, inexperienced traders, when they short this level for, a third or fourth time, right? So it works once, twice, you could argue that it worked a couple other times here, but once the liquidity has been, absorbed, there's no more selling here, or there's not enough selling orders or selling pressure to hold price down. Now, inexperienced traders, they don't think about price action or the market in terms of liquidity. They just say, okay, well, here's resistance. We know that we're supposed to short resistance, except their time has run out to short the resistance in this situation. All of the liquidity has been absorbed, and all of those inexperienced retail traders now have their stop losses above here for another attempt. Those stop losses are essentially a way for larger players to take advantage of that liquidity, of that inexperience in those, newer traders, and run those stops. When those stops get run, above a major level, it is essentially a spring or an explosion of, stops getting run. And of course, stops for shorts are long trades. How do you get out of a short? Well, you have a long trade as your stop loss, right? So those stops getting run just propel price that much faster and that much further into our major levels right here. So you can see that we have a prior range low. We also have Fibonacci Pivot S3, and we have a prior value area low from the market profile as well. So I'll go ahead and play this out. You guys can see how this trade finishes up here, and I start to pull off contracts, right? So I pull 2 contracts there, I take profit, and I am only in for 2. Now, I am being very tight with these last 2 contracts because, I entered at 38.93. I am not interested in giving up much of this. So you can see that I immediately attach my stop loss to the price line with, I think, a 1.5 point offset, and price continues to move a little bit, comes back, stops me out in significant profit. That trade on ES is taken care of. Still have these 2 contracts on NQ, doing the same thing here, taking 1 off. You can see I only have 1 left. And once again, I am attaching my stop loss to the price line, which is an indicator built into NinjaTrader with a tick offset. So it basically just allows you to, capture a good majority of your trade while, letting the trade play out a little bit. And you can choose the different ticks offsets and have, some nice cushion, or keep it, as tight as you'd like. In my case, because I already took a bunch of profit, I don't want to allow price to even come back into the op zone, because that's, will likely just be another setup. And I don't really want to hold on essentially for the ride back down here, even if it does bounce here, if that makes sense. So that is basically the gist of it. If we rewind here, you can see when I started this trade, I was up 275, and then after both of those trades were closed, a little over $4,500 profit there. So call it $4,200, $4,300 profit in a matter of 2 minutes. Obviously, had a good chunk of size on ES, only 2 contracts on NQ, and was still, able to lock in about, I believe it was, probably close to $1,300, $1,200 on that trade alone, and the rest was, of course, on ES. But I wanted to explain this to you guys, break this down, and show you especially that, when this liquidity gets run, you can see the same exact thing happens on NQ here, right? We've got a level of resistance. Retail traders think that, it's a good place to short. And alas, it's not a good place to short anymore. And their liquidity is used to propel price further into the next block of liquidity or the next area of interest, typically Fibonacci pivots, VWAP levels, and market profile levels, as you guys can see on my screen here. So I'm going to stop the video here. It's getting close to 10 minutes. So I hope that you guys find this valuable. I got a lot more great scalps from today that will be coming in future videos. If you guys want to learn more about how I use these strategies and how I use these tools to get high probability trades every single day in the market, please feel free to check out thetradingnetwork.io, where you can purchase access to the indicator package, the fundamentals of futures trading course, private Discord access, where I took these trades live today. I just want to be very clear that I was live on stream, on mic, and we have community members on stream with me, on a 2-way voice chat while I'm analyzing these trades and while I'm scoping out these setups. So if you want to join the Discord, check out thetradingnetwork.io. We also offer one-on-one private mentorship, which is Monday through Friday, 1-hour Zoom sessions every single day, which is tremendously helpful for a lot of traders. You guys can also get 20% off with the code TTN2K for the Indicators, Discord, and the Fundamentals of Futures Trading course for a limited time. If you guys have any questions, as always, drop them down below in the comments. I will help any way I can, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.